WindyCityUnderground.com. Your music, your station.
You know I'm getting paid now, we a hundred short. Shit, they gonna do what I say now, cause the money flow. Shit, every time I'm on stage now, it's $100. Shit, been up and I stay down and one of those. Shit, you know I'm getting paid now, we a hundred short. Shit, they gonna do what I say now, cause the money flow. Shit, every time
What's going on? What's going on, Lo? How you feeling, Lo? What's going on, y'all? It's Windy City Underground, your music, your station. It's your boy Mojo. It's Dig This, man. I got a really, really special one of the guys, you feel me? Special guest on here today, man. My homeboy Dino, what's good, man?
Man, what it do, man? Mojo?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, bro, always a pleasure to step in the building around great energy, man, and my peoples, of course.
Indeed. Always be around the peoples, you bro. Always good, man. What's going on with you, man? Man, I appreciate you taking some time out, man, doing this interview with us, man. Like, I really do, man. I know you busy person, as we all are, but you know, you could have been anywhere else, but you're here with us today, man. I appreciate that. You feel me? I definitely do. So first off, man, I mean, just some simple stuff, man. What's going on with you? I mean, what's cracking? What you got going on?
Man, I'm gonna start this one off like this one. Many are called, but few are chosen.
Yeah,
and I definitely feel like my life has demonstrated portions of me being chosen by being a leader, someone that people that inspires people to do more good than anything, right?
Yes, sir.
And just grateful at having my record label on a come up. The way we've been sliding a little bit everywhere, and the love has been unconditionally great.
Yes, sir.
Like,
yes, sir.
right,
The right
way.
Yes,
you feel
sir.
me?
You feel me? Yes,
and
sir.
you get what you put out, and we put out great energy. We put out a lot of positivity. Not saying we won't talk about the struggle in the music. We won't talk about the difference between book smart and street smart in the music, gang activity, and things of that nature that we've been a part of throughout our life. But we don't brag about it to the point where we keeping up with keeping up with it. You know, we really want people to just find your level of success and go for it.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just grateful to be here and be chosen by those that chose me to carry a light. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just one of many.
Yes, yes. Shout out to everybody on the TikTok right now, man. We here with Dino. Make sure y'all go follow the man. What's the Instagram? Let them know what it is right now.
Man, for those tuning in right now, if you want to get in tune with me, in my music on Instagram, that's DKNO_MRKNOITALL. Once again, that's DKNO_ Mr. Know-It-All without the W, because you can't double me. I'm one of a kind. You draw.
Can you dig it? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate you, man. Well, I mean, let's get into right into these interview questions, man. We'll start with just a little background questions, man. So I mean, just like anybody else, you know, we want to know what inspires you to start rapping, man. You know what I'm saying? What was some of your biggest influences growing up?
Woo, man. And I grew up north, so I'm from the pole, Howard to Uptown. A lot of people don't know, but if you ever been on the red line and you see that red line say Howard, I'm from that part of the city. You draw
on that side.
So growing up, man, coming up north, you know, I was around my uncle a lot. And,
yes, sir.
You know, my uncle, he was a Tupac head.
Okay.
So growing up, primarily, like, that was the first artist that I could think of that inspired me as a youngin'.
Okay.
To want to figure out what he was doing and how he did it.
Yeah.
So I started out with just like rewriting what he was. I used to press rewind and play on my tape, rewind, just to get the literature down and just to figure out if there was a science to it. And then I went from Tupac to Twista.
Yeah.
And that was the killer right there, because Twista was doing so much that if you can understand Twista at 8 years old, 9 years old,
exactly,
that's a level of intellect that I feel people should think about. You know what I'm saying?
Not for real, because it was hard to understand that, man. If you had to have an ear to hit them, brother.
Ear,
like Bone Thugs and Harmony. You had to have an ear to hit them.
Have to have an ear.
Otherwise, you hit a saying you didn't know what he said. I'm gonna miss everybody.
I'm gonna miss everybody.
You know what I'm saying?
All you know is I'm gonna miss everybody.
You know what I'm saying?
But you remember them cadences, though.
Yes, sir,
you know what I'm saying?
You definitely do.
My love for music, it started out with just trying to understand like what Tupac, what Eminem, Tupac, Twista, Eminem, and then it got to the point where when I heard Life After Death, this is when I started becoming unbiased.
Yeah.
That's where I came up on the Locks.
Okay.
So from there, Jadakiss and them pretty much ran my inspired thought process towards music. Jadakiss is probably my number one.
I think a lot of people number one. Like, I can't even call it number one. If I gotta call anybody, you tell me to pick, I'm gonna say Tupac.
Yeah, and that's me too.
Yeah,
that's me too.
Tupac. But I gotta mention honorable mentions for number one, like Jadakiss.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like a who else? Another lyricist I love listening to. Like people sleep on Common because Common don't have he ain't a punchline rapper.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, bro.
His lyrical content means so much more to me than any punchline you can throw out there.
Till this day, I still got Common playing.
Yes, sir,
in my playlist, and even to add to that, like Twista was really like, that man was like a genius to me growing up. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
So if you want to categorize number ones, you could base it off of reality. Tupac, that's me. Tupac is reality for me, right?
Sir.
He spoke the future into his tracks before they came to life. So that's why I look at him the way that I do when it comes down to like punchlines and delivery and like that Jadakiss come into play. And then if you ask me like as of today, like, you feel me, who would you choose? I'm looking at the Joyner Lucases.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the Kendricks. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to everybody lyrically, even Coast Contra.
Contra, yeah. So I love them brothers. I love them brothers.
These are elevated bar spitters.
Rappers.
He just took it back. These are elevated
bar
spitters.
Those are rappers. Coast Contra, those are rappers, yo.
Yeah.
I love them brothers, man.
Yeah.
Like, I really wish they got more, you know what I'm saying, promotion behind them, like push these brothers in their music more.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, these guys are really spitting.
Yeah, that's why I love how they set how they do they content at the table, and they all delivering their pieces, but they display the wording for you to see the creativity, so you don't just confuse lyrical content and punchlines with just random wording, you know what I'm saying? So it's dope to see that when it comes down to the Coast Contras and the Joyner Lucases and people of those nature.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, and it's more. It's so many. It's starting with my squad, right away. You know what I'm saying? We take a huge thought process towards how we want to attack track after track.
Indeed.
We don't want to be repetitive. You don't want to have the same lingo. You don't want to get caught saying the same thing, same
over and over.
No, you know, so I tell people all the time, bro, I reach. And one thing I can say about all the artists that I grew up inspired by, they did things that I probably wouldn't do.
Yeah.
Lyrically, delivery wise, cadence wise, but all of these things reminds me of why they were dope at what they do. They're different. They're not the same. They're not your everyday. You can't tell me you heard another Tupac, or another Twister, for real.
or really like people who have changed the game like the way those people have. Man, is nobody that actually sounds like them. No. People might try to duplicate it, try to emulate them, but it ain't gonna work
the same.
It ain't definitely gonna hit
the same.
What I'm saying? And you be like, that's him, and that's you.
And that's the difference.
And that's the difference. You feel me? You know. But another question, man. So you kind of mentioned that a little bit, man. So yeah, these questions flowing right into what we're talking about. But you know what I'm saying? How has, you know what I'm saying, Chicago's music scene shaped your style and how you do things?
Man, if I'm being honest, it didn't.
Okay.
One thing that I can say as of the last 20 years, it's showed me what not to do.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I didn't gain my inspiration. So I lost inspiration, right?
Okay.
Shout out to the brothers who've been holding the city down in these last 20 years. From Chief Keef on up, right?
Yes, sir.
But it's a lot that goes with their style. That's the flavor of delivering music and pain that to me doesn't stop it. It keeps it going.
Okay.
I come from, how do you bring music back to the roots of artistry? Everyone doesn't feel that same pain, and some people, when you reignite that pain, you really reignite a demon in them that makes them want to recreate and cause that pain.
Yes, sir.
So just seeing a lot of the senseless murders throughout Chicago, it's hard to find inspiration when you come from a book smart, street smart world.
Yeah.
Where it matters, but this matters more. And then sometimes this matters, but the street politics matter more.
Yes, sir.
So just a lot of stuff should not have been advertised, in my opinion. Growing up, how we, if we coming from up in our era, we know that law and literature is important to any block in every nation. And we know that there are guidelines that allow structure to be maintained. And those guidelines have been taken away from us when they locked up the leaders, when they locked up the ones who stood on law and literature, the ones who kept the peace between nations and between blocks. So now I don't find inspiration in things that once stood for something that have broken off, and everyone's grabbing onto something and running with a torch of some sort.
Yeah.
They're running off with branches and pieces of different factions, and now it's a block here, it's this block here. Now you got brothers of the same faction at odds with each other,
in the same neighborhood,
across the street, down the street,
right next door,
to each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
it's the town, and we into it. Like,
it's tough, Law. Like I don't come from where
you come across that street.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you come across
the street. That's them on that side. Hold on, that's across the street though. You feel me?
So growing up on a pole for us, you could get into a fight. You could get whooped or you could whoop. But you're gonna go home. Ain't nobody upping on you to end your life. But you weren't able to upload video to social media so everybody can see the results of what happens when you play with the likes of this one or that one and whatever. So that's what keeps the BS up, right?
I used to say, I everybody know I'm a licensed armed security guard. You know what I'm saying? So, so I usually always got it on me. You know what I mean? But see, I'd rather put my hands on you. You got to go home and look at yourself in the mirror, right? And be like, man, I was tweaking. I look at it. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, we got social medias. Everybody pull their phones out. Look, man, he getting this, you know what I'm saying? Who out the band, he getting done in.
And that pride get hurt.
And that's where
all this come back.
Now,
you was wrong.
Before you even give a dude a chance to hurt your pride and send you home like that, oh, I'm just gonna take them out now. So
I'm
now,
gonna send them
you know
on to
what
the
I'm
upper
saying? Send them
room.
on to the upper room now.
And it's sad,
You know,
because in order to be a winner, you have to take L's.
Yeah.
And I think some people's learning lesson in that is, okay, if you take this L, you don't know if you would have ended up a millionaire because your pride made you go get a gun and kill that brother. Now you doing time in jail for something that you caused.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
But you were embarrassed that the results didn't play out in your favor. So you could have taken that L. It could have changed, reshaped your mentality.
Yes, sir.
Forced you to think differently on the up and up, on the right side of things.
Yeah.
And you probably would have ran across or came across the right person who could have led you to a form of success just by you being a much more embracing what happened because of my actions type of person.
What do you call it? Self-accountability.
Self-accountability.
Self-reflection.
Yes, sir.
What's another one? Self-analyzation.
Yeah.
Realizing, you know what I'm saying, what you doing wrong. You know, you get people out here that love to blame other people for their downfalls. You feel me?
You got a lot of people who live life off of a false narrative.
Yes, sir.
And false narratives are nothing more than fungus that grows into something uncontrollable. Fungus kills people if you let enough of it grow and sit. And that's what we're watching happen, like even in today's world.
Fungus.
It's fungus, bro.
That's a good analogy,
it's
bro.
Fungus. False narratives.
Analogy.
I'm big. Analogy. Right Way is big on staying away from the false narrative. So even in my music, right? Y'all know I ain't pulling up in no Bentley, no Bugatti, no Maserati. So if you hear me in my music say how I'm striving to get one, that's one thing. If you listening to me in my music talking about I'm pulling up in one, that's a whole nother.
That's a whole nother.
And so I refuse to give off a false narrative, even in my music, which is why it's so easy for people to look at me and hear my music and know me and be like, this boy ain't lying.
Yeah.
He really, really did X, Y, and Z, but ain't none of it incriminating.
Right.
You know,
you gotta say enough without throwing yourself under the bus. You feel me? Yeah, yes, sir.
And I think that that's an art.
Yeah, indeed.
And I think that art has been lost within the controversy of what most of our artists talk about in Chicago,
especially in the music, because it's like they don't mind talking about what they did, and then now they're using this stuff they was already using it against us already to indict us and put us in them ethers or whatever.
Yes, sir.
And now you literally putting it out there. Like now they ain't got to speculate no more. You talked about what they trying to put you in jail for right now. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy for them to sit there and talk about it the way they do.
And I've always frowned upon it. Because I know nation business is nation business. That ain't about nobody in the surrounding area, suburb. What happened on the block, stay on the block. It ain't never supposed to make it to the internet.
Roger
you know what I'm saying? But hey, here we are today. And that's why I'm grateful to say I'm not inspired by Chicago music, because I had to go elsewhere to get that inspiration. And elsewhere just so happens to be the Coast Contras, the Common Senses, the Joyner Lucases, the Kendricks. Even Drake's melodic ways of delivering his artistry is more music than controversy. You know, but once you start digging into the barriers,
I'm cool now. So we're gonna get a little quick break, man.
I want to just mention a couple things on Word of the Street that I did not mention before. Kanye West unveils a controversial World War III artwork for his film art, for his album art. Yeah, but I guess it ain't. Yeah, but I guess they saying it you know the they ain't dropped it yet, and I wonder if because of that artwork. You know what I'm saying?
The last interview.
I seen the last interview.
You can expect to see more of that type of Kanye in different forms. An album cover, I want to know what the cover looks like now.
I really want to. I want to go look it up right now. I ain't gonna lie to you.
We already know what type of time on.
Yeah, definitely. Another quick one, real quick. They trying to put Young Thug back in them ethers. They trying to remove his probation and put him right back in there.
Can I say why?
Go ahead.
You don't know how to sit down. That's it.
And be quiet. Sit down, be quiet.
But they set him up. They gave you 15 years of probation to make that mistake that they knew you was gonna make in 15 days. So to me, he took that deal knowing he wasn't gonna be able to live up to it. Because, like I say, the majority of our brothers and women who brag about certain things, when they finally get booked for it, you can look at their testimony and it's saying, I just want to get back home to my family. I just want to do X, Y, and Z. But if you wanted to do X, Y, and Z, why did you put yourself in a position to be here in the first place?
Mm-hmm. You're right about that.
That's for anybody.
You're right about that.
If I do something, I go to jail, it'll be because I had to do whatever I had to do, and I ain't gonna be crying and screaming. I want to go home. That's all.
Hey, Tarkus, what's up, brother?
What they used to say back in the day, can't do the crime.
Don't do the time.
You can't do the time.
Don't do the time.
Don't do the crime.
Right. Yeah. You went straight to book line, but it's all right. Yeah, I got you though. I understood you. Last thing, real quick. 50 Cent celebrating success of 50 Cent Action TV channel. You know what I'm saying? He has an Action TV channel. Now this is my thing. That's why I wanted to pick this up. We put Bill Cosby in them ethers. You know what I'm saying? Because he wanted to buy up something, and then you get this man a channel. So is it better to just have a little bit they gonna give you and hand you, or is it better to go out there and grab that whole the pile up? You know what I'm saying? Let me take my time and scoop it all the way up like Bill Cosby did.
When we watch sports, we see players all the time take what's given.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you see players force what they're good at and it don't work. But when you take what's given, you can always put points up on the board.
Indeed.
And then when you're dealing with the upper echelon, sometimes you're gonna just have to take what's given. Yeah. And when you go against that grain, Jello pudding.
We gonna sit on how you eating Jello pudding.
That's just how they operate.
Yes, sir.
And we gonna get more into that. You know, when I talk about the 420 event.
We're gonna get into that 420 event for sure. Yes, sir. I definitely want to hear more about that.
More about that.
Yes, sir. But let's go ahead and get us the break in, man. We got okay, yeah, we gonna go to Dino. We got Dino. What song we playing?
We got that. Dino missing all and that King Laron Get Off. Shout out to my brother King Laron, repping the city. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get into that real quick, man. We're gonna be back in a minute, man. Your boy Mojo, Dig This, and your boy Dino. We'll be back in a minute with the Underground, your musical station.
You're listening to WindyCityUnderground.com, the internet music station for the Illinois Media School campus in Chicago. WindyCityUnderground.com, your music, your station.
WindyCityUnderground.com. Your music, your station.
Got the throw, give me top till I spin off. Don't know your cotton, we knocking the 10 off. I'm cool with no safety, it's easy to get off. The landlord, she knocking my rent off. Your bitch on the she make the kids off. Gotta sleep like a bitch all the fit now. Yeah. Chopping ballin', you know I'm a big dog. Don't get the clutch my go through brick walls. Ain't missing no shot, but I might get a mid call. Who that? Steady calling, I don't pick up at all. Fresh out the booty, I left it with no wall. Chopping that, I feel like Steven Seagal. Chop. I need a lighter, no. I need a striker, no. I need a viper, no. I need a trigger. I'm trying to get hyper. I need some Remy, no, I need some Henny. She touching my Jimmy. I'm trying to get freaky and pull out a Remy and bust like a semi. I need some money, yeah, I need a counter, yeah. I need some to be sitting on the counter, don't tweak and get up for a goofy encounter. I need a wood, no, I need a leaf. Hey, wait till it's roll, it look like a beef. Hey, I smoke alone, yeah, I smoke a piece. I give them the show, it's cold. I just rock out in my mode. The plug about to drop off a load. Never thought about selling my soul, but I thought about selling out shows. Down the road, I'm passing up tolls. I threw the dash and vanished. I left the smoking, no damage. I'm bringing that pressure, don't panic. I need a rollie or patty. If it ain't about the M, you ain't speaking my language. You'll think I'm taking up Spanish.
It's only right that I got a banger with niggas that know how to get out of danger. Flip out with angle, flip out of pain. Empty the clip off a chain. I don't do business with strangers. I just connect with connects. No need to flex for the net. Look how I collect that respect. We can go ball for ball. Have us a ball, a brawl. Just knowing this war is war. Even if you do try to call the law. Bullets is flying. niggas is dying and all. Try to catch a nigga sleeping, not knowing I was only nodding off. Now that I'm woke, you can say that I'm a goat. From the way that I approach, powder and dope, you can say that this is coke. Pure gas with the smoke, this is broke. You can say that they some jokes. Pure trash with the post, we give them hope. You can say we do the most, you can say we getting close. Look how I get off. LeBron told me get my shit off. He need that rollie, that patty, you got it, he fuck around and get you hit off. Bust around, then spin off. Around, let 10 off. Hit the ground, rip a limb off. You a clown in a send off. I'm just focused on my goals and my grand visions. That's just how it's supposed to go for a man driven. Trying to make this transition through this damn mission. Till I break the transmission of the damn engine. The wheels rolling, but you'll never see him tire. Ain't no time to kill when you trying to get them higher. Ain't no time to chill when you building your empire. There's loyalty for royalty and him sire, him fire, pressure, a diamond, blinding. You're staring at the glare of the sun shining. Need I remind them how to find bling bling. Got a real dream team and a real mean scheme. I ain't never seen a ghost before, but I done seen things like somebody getting ghosts from those who miss the clean things. Everything I rap that China white and miss that ling ling. They obsessed with the type of pack that make the fiends lean. Even if we ain't rich, you can see the ching ching. Even if she ain't my chick, but I'm still at Queen's King. I can do this anywhere. I don't need the green screen. Got it locked behind these bars. Never been the same thing. Coming from the Windy City, really, who more thorough? Need my respect from the West Coast to the New York Toros. They've been begging me to do more. Plural. I make hits, plus I paint hits. Euros. You know when you trying to stack them euros and take rigorous training. Since the euros, it's been drugs, killing and banging. I'll elaborate. I was once one in a lab with weight. Cousin in the kitchen whipping, scraping up half the plates. Then dish it off at a faster rate than half the state. I have to state the fact that this track will attract the greats. There's a lot going on in rap that's a smack the face. I'm practically the chiropractor, here to get it back in place. Wait a minute, I just lost my top and don't know where it is. This a reality check of just how rare it is. I control this narrative. Say like, there it is. What I'm giving you is proof of how unfair it is. Notorious, but I'm not the person to compare to big. I was never ready to die, just prepared to live. But growing up the big as a kid was incredible. Someone to give credit to who did things we could never do. Now I'm on that path. I'm just trying to do what legends do until they feel my rap and remember my name forever too. Like Mr. Know-It-All is truly such a clever dude. Every piece of work has art that's impeccable. I'm never here to heckle you, only here to inspire. Really got it bumping, got me jumping out the gym higher. How I'm coming on this track won't have them scared of noise. Just know when you coming from the rack, you can't be paranoid. Hey, let's do this again. Getting silly on beats made by Dilly.
Wanna make you feel right. Tell me what is so wrong. Baby, it's been so long since I've had you here. Come on. Can I make you feel good? Can make me feel good, so good. You know it's the job. Girl, it ain't your fault. I'm in love with a dancer. Moves are perfect harmony. The way she doing the dance. You know it's your job. Girl, it ain't your fault. I'm in love with a dancer. Ooh. The way she doing the dance. You know it's your job. Girl, it ain't your fault. I'm in love with a dancer. Put your body right here, right here. I'ma do you right here, right here. We going all around. To hear us so long, and the beat is going so strong. Can't tell what's wrong. Hey, you know it's a job, but girl, it ain't my fault. I'm in love with a dancer. Moves a perfect harmony. The way she doing a dance, even though it's a job, girl, it ain't your fault. I'm in love with a dancer. Ooh, the way she doing a dance. Even though it's a job, girl, it ain't your fault. I'm in love with a dancer.
Yes, sir. We back. A couple dope tracks by my boy Dino. With no W, because you can't double him. You draw. You know, and my homeboy Lamar Creations going crazy as dig this with your boy Mojo, Windy City Underground, your music, your station. Real quick, I want to jump back into a couple different things with the word on the street. This one kind of funny though. Wale and Azalea Banks get into a heated back and forth after she trashes his music. Come on, gang. Why is she always coming for the brothers and the sisters, man? What's wrong with Azalea Banks, man?
The first problem wrong with her, she thinks she is one of the brothers and one of the sisters.
That's what it is.
You know what I'm saying?
She from the other side, really.
Wale has made hits. So put some respect on that brother name and his music.
Yes, sir.
Even though some of it may be emo music, that's okay. He still made hits.
I really feel like he kind of emo music, what it is. Yeah. Like he let you know it's okay to be emotional.
Just the right amount.
Just enough.
Just the right amount.
He didn't put too much on.
Meanwhile, she got some stuff that we could go back to, and people was calling in questioning her ethics as an artist in general. Yeah. What are you rapping about?
What are you even talking about?
I mean, I know Lotus. What's the name of that song? Lotus Flower Bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, like Azalea Banks. Not tweak with you, sweetie, because you know, on different type of terms. We might be on different type of terms.
You feel me?
You still is Azalea, you know.
Right.
But wait a minute. You said Azalea.
Yeah, the black chick. Yeah.
Oh no, she's trash.
Yeah, right.
I mean, look, like that.
You can't fix it. Yeah. Hold on. We talking about the other chick. She trash.
We're not talking about
not Iggy, Azalea.
The other one.
Azalea Banks.
The goofy one.
The goofy when it talked about what's the boy of 85 South Show?
Chico.
No, not
the one
Chico.
that made her cry.
The one that had his wife pass away. DC. Talking about his wife or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Making jokes about him being gone or whatever.
So I don't take that first statement back about her thinking she is one of the brothers or one
mad as hell, Danny.
She's definitely not fit or cut out to validate any of our people's music.
Not at all.
Because she ain't one of ours.
Not at all.
Whoever want her can have her.
Yeah, definitely. Y'all can take her. We can trade her for. Let's trade her for Iggy Azalea.
I heard her drop the hard ER on the M bomb. So I'm cool on her. She's a goofy.
My girl Danny say she be mad because her music mild as hell. It definitely is.
It ain't just her music. It's her body, her
whole everything. She just a mild sauce type of chick. And I ain't talking about Chicago mild sauce.
No, we ain't talking about.
You feel me? We talking about regular. We talking about.
Unseasoned
Naperville, man. We talking about
Naperville bound sauce probably tastes just good as Chicago.
Oh well, you know what? We talking. Hold on, let me go way out. We talking about North Dakota.
We talking about Iowa.
We talking about
Iowa.
Lily
sauce. Just say Lily.
We talking about some Hawaiian mild sauce. Look, too much sweetness in it.
Yeah, something wrong with Shorty, man.
Yeah, Shorty wild, man.
She's not for us.
Shorty wild. I saw that. I just had to bring that up right quick, man. You know, that was some extra, but let's get back to
remember her for her embarrassing moments. So that's really it.
I don't even know none of. If I do know her music, I don't know it's her.
I don't. That's my point.
You know what I'm saying?
That's my point.
Who are you, Azalea, to be talking about any damn body? You feel me?
I'm sorry, Iggy. It wasn't you, baby.
Yeah, it wasn't Iggy. Iggy cool.
You be tweaking too, but on different type of time. We on different type of terms.
We right. Exactly. You feel me? Hey, but let me get back into this interview, man. It just was crazy talking about Taco over there. What up, Taco? What's good, Brody?
My live.
Yes, sir. Shout out Taco.
Definitely gonna be dope
event last month. What that last month? Dope event.
For his birthday.
Yeah, his birthday event.
He let us go on stage right before they did the dedication song to his mom.
To his OG, yes sir.
And I can tell you one thing. From day one, since I locked in with him, he reminds me of the type of person that I am.
Yes sir.
Embracing.
Yes sir.
Not scared of anyone else's greatness. Not scared to show up. Not scared to show up and show out. Not scared to shout out. He gives out love, and for him to be one of this city's most prominent underground artists and performers.
Yes, I was gonna mention. I was gonna let you get that out. He always performs.
You ain't been to a taco show.
You missing.
You missing it. Bro puts on a show. He perform. And I say that to him at the event. Yeah. I say, bro, every time, bro, you put on a dope show, bro. Like you ain't just up there rapping and moving and stepping side to side. You putting on a performance for real. You are performing,
and he does it from the heart.
Yes, sir.
You know,
yes,
it's not
sir.
a money grab. Taco's not. Everybody wants to spend money to make money, but it's not a money grab.
Yes, sir.
He doesn't do things just to for the money. He is an actual artist.
Yes, sir.
Who actually puts his heart on stage.
Yes, sir.
And that's why, you know, me and bro chemistry so locked in. Like we got some bangers we working on right now.
Yes, sir. I can't wait.
Unexplainable.
In my Bar Sky voice, can't wait. You feel me?
Taco, that's Brody. That's my dog right there.
Shout out Taco, man. Shout out Taco. Yes, sir. So let's get back in the interview. So we just some, creative process questions. You know what I mean? How would you describe, you know what I'm saying, your sound to someone who's never heard your music?
A sound that they've never heard before.
Okay.
Because I'm always it's funny that you said that, because while we were setting up, I gave Lero a few snippets of some joints. In every joint, he'll look and be like, who is that? If he asked me if one of the tracks was Go Getter.
Right.
Shout out to Go Getter. That's my boy.
Yeah, shout out Go Getter.
Is that Go Getter? I'm like, the first thing that popped up in my head was get used to it.
Yes.
And then I'm like, no. That's not Go Getter. You feel me? That's not Spiller. That's me. You know, that's right way. That's Mr. Know-It-All. So just being able to confuse with just the facts. Once they hear it, they hear the lingo. They're like, that sounds like some type of work. But off the bat, you hear me on something that you may consider conscious. And you will hear me on Get Off, Turn Up. Right? It'd be like, man, where that energy come from? Then you hit me on something else. Then you hit me on something else. Then you hear parties, and you like, you just did 5 different. Did I hear a country song?
Right.
Yes, I am a jack of all trades, and we do not discriminate against good sounding music.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So my if I was to describe my sound, I would literally say something you've never heard, and that would intrigue people enough to say, well, let me hear something.
Okay.
Man, I want to add this, man. It's one of them things where, like, y'all remember when Lil Wayne had the rap game in the chokehold, or when Future came out and he had the rap game in the chokehold. Even we can think of newer artists like Gunna. He had the rap game in the chokehold. Every time they dropped, every song was different than the last. They never sound like their last song.
That's a fact.
Gunna, I mean not Gunna, but we was just talking about Young Thug.
Young
Thug even said in the interview, like, how he go in the studio and he tried his hardest not to make the next song sound like the last song. So with what you was just talking about, man, I want to commend you, because like we just said about Taco, when I hear stuff like that, it reminds me of me. And when I used to do music, that's how I used to be. I didn't want nothing to sound like nothing. I wanted you to listen to it, and it sounded like my first song every time you cut it off. And that's what I was hearing. You feel me? Each song had the same level of greatness to it. Like, I could hear that you put your time into making them songs.
It wasn't something you just threw together. You didn't just go freestyle something like, this is good enough.
Even though the man, he already said he freestyled most of his songs.
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with freestyling though.
I don't write. So premeditated is my version of writing.
Okay.
But still with no pen and no pad.
Right.
That means I go to my brother's crib, and Dub just gonna play whatever beat it is I'm working on.
Okay.
And he gonna play it out loud.
Yes, sir.
No matter who's in the studio, whatever. Hopefully you got some headphones. Hopefully you might be on this track, maybe not. But at that moment, once he does that, it opens up, my brain opens up a doorway of embracing any thought, sound, or idea that anyone could murmur.
Roger that.
You don't have to say it. You could literally whisper it. If I hear it, hey, what's you say?
Boy.
You know what I'm saying? Or what? And it's like collectively, that's how I search for my perfection.
Yeah, what up, Larry? What up, G? No, yeah, we went. I went to school with bro. We know bro from the hood. What up, bro? What hand, gang?
Look, we gotta get his cousin over here. He's talking about
Uchi, yeah, definitely gotta get Uchi up here. Definitely. For sure.
We definitely cater to that portion of just differential to find them on.
That just kind of blew me though.
It's cool.
Yeah. That's like, you know what though? We got a couple more questions real quick, and we're gonna get up out of here, man. We gotta make sure we get Woo Out the Bam in. You know what I'm saying? One last question. What producers or artists do you collaborate with the most?
Woo! Okay, bet. Oh man, right way.
The right way though.
The right way. We literally, I literally have 5 other rap, artists as far as rapping. And then we have our R&B singer who is our first lady, the only lady on the label, Chanel Ellis. She has a beautiful voice to help add to anything that we need. So in all honesty, we don't really reach out too much outside as far as like feature work because we're gonna pay for a feature just like we want to be paid for a feature.
Indeed.
So on that note, not many. But in all honesty, you want to talk about producers? Let me shout out our Chicago producers primarily. You got Kidnap the God. Shout out to Kidnap the God. Shout out to Uncle John the Third. Bruce. From the Ops. Bruce Music Wolf God. That's one of my brothers. I work with him a lot. My boy from Springfield, MJ England, Mathematic Beats. He's another one. And then more than likely, everything else is off the internet. On YouTube, you do our research. Dilly got it bumping.
I know Dilly. I heard Dilly.
Yeah, we got a whole album out with Dilly Beats. It's called Getting Silly on Beats by Dilly. That's where Grand Business come from. That's where Overlook come from. And those tracks were created off of the actual video on YouTube, which has the list of which has the title of the song of the beat in the middle of the screen, which we use that as the title of the song, and then a list of freestyle words that pop up and rotate. So the whole album was dedicated to completing that journey of utilizing every single word that pops up in reference to the title. So that album is classic because I've never heard nothing like it. And once people really catch wind on what I mean and what we did, everybody will be in agreement that it's an ingenious project.
Roger that.
Definitely different.
So one last question, man. Typical question. If it was a young brother right now in Chicago trying to come up right now, what's the advice you can give him right now? Trying to get his name out there. What's the advice you can give him?
You got to start somewhere, so take no days off.
Take no days off.
You got to start somewhere, and because once you start picking up momentum, you have to keep the momentum.
Roger that.
I will also say be original. Stop. Don't follow no one else's footsteps in light of creativity.
Right.
Formula for results is different.
Indeed.
But creativity, your own you. Stop with auto tune.
Yeah. Fact.
You don't need auto tune.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Your voice is an instrument.
Yes.
Learn how to use it the way you're fit to use it on wax.
Yes, sir.
And then the most important thing would be find your circle. Your neighborhood might not be your circle.
That's the fact. You may have to move around. Don't be scared to mingle. Yeah.
And don't be scared to spend money.
Roger that.
That's it. You got to spend money to make the money.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And everybody that helped you get $10 might not be there to help you get $100.
Yeah.
Everybody that's there to help you get $100 might not be there to help you get $1,000. So if you want to elevate, you got to search for it. Don't be private. Don't be scared.
I agree with that. On that note, I think that's a good word on the street, a word for the day right there. The good word of the day. I like all of them. Those gems right there. Those were gems.
He dropped some knowledge.
Yes, he did. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna ask. I know we kind of press the time. I was gonna ask because we're supposed to air the video.
Yes.
Y'all want to close out with video?
We close out the video.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
Y'all want to see the video? I want y'all to go on my page and look at it. And the only reason why is because I really want people to focus in on what's coming up for 420.
Yes,
okay. All right. Roger that.
Before we get up out of here.
Real quick, talk about the 420. Talk about the 420 real quick.
Okay. Before we get up out of here, I definitely want people to know 420 at Reggie's, 2113 South State Street.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, 2113 South State. Yep.
We have our first ever Support Your Local Weed Man concert, which is headlined by Crucial Conflict and Do or Die.
Okay.
Which is
okay.
also co-headlined by the likes of Right Way and Taco.
Okay.
So you're gonna have some crazy artists in the building that day. Some crazy things. Some free pre-rolls gonna be given out. The tickets are online right now. And just a briefing. Next door to Reggie's is the Prohibition THC Cafe.
Okay.
Those are my peoples, my family. Support your local weed, man. That's where you can definitely find out more about Support Your Local Weed, man, and more about this 420 event. But for now, the flyer is up. It's running. There's ads. There's radio advertisement. 420 Reggie's. It's an all-day event from like noon till night. But the performances won't start till 6:30. I guarantee you do not want to miss this hot time.
I'll get to Reggie's, man. 420, man. I'm gonna be there. I'm coming. I may not be at 12, but I'm coming. I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, we're gonna be out there all
Is it
day.
BYOW?
You can bring your own
Okay,
BYOW, but there's also, remember, the Prohibition Cafe has infused slushies.
Oh yeah, I gotta get a few of them.
You can grab some herbal essence
Yes,
from
sir.
there as well. It's an actual cafe, but it's
Okay.
also a weed shop.
Roger that.
So shout out to Support Your Local Weed, man. Tyrone Muhammad, Sam, the Prohibition Cafe, Reggie's, Right Way, Windy City Underground, Illinois Media School, Mojo, JoJo.
Yes, sir. My boy. Yes,
Yes,
sir. Yes, sir. And it's dig this, man. It's dig this on Windy City Underground, man. Shout out my guest here today, Dino, man. Shout out Lero, Mr. Know-It-All. Shout out Lero for coming to help out, man. We was getting a late start, man, and we trying our best to get it done. We gonna try to get an exclusive interview later. We can play for the radio station. That's cool with you? We got a date. Look, it's coming. All right. So don't worry about us rushing through this one. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna get it again. You're gonna see Dino again on Windy City Underground, man. Let's dig this with your boy Mojo. Be back next week, man. Peace and blessings. We get at you.
I know we on somebody else's time. I can tell.
Yeah, man.
WindyCityUnderground.com. Your music, your station.